Do-do-do-do. Let's make sure my sound is on today. Seems to be so far. It's good. It's a good start. We don't have 30 minutes of recording for people to watch later. No sound. Sorry about that again. I changed some hardware on my computer. So, of course, that after all my settings. And I switched over in my other OBS, but not my streaming OBS. Of course. Let's try this. Let's see. Maybe it's a little bit better. You can never find a good spot to not block off information, you know. Hill Home had it in a pretty good place up here last night. Well, hold on. Had a pretty good place up here, but it still blocks things. Like, there's no way around it. We'll see. These are just commands in the bottom left, though, for your companions. Nothing amazing. But, having watched Hill Home last night, he found so many more quests in this town than I did. And it's truly amazing. Just everything going on here. But there's a lot of people I didn't talk to. Everything I want to do before we make a decision on what we're doing with this town.
Where are we headed?
Oh, look at this. Things I can talk to you about my position.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling different. And nothing had to get weird. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him. You mean about the mission being too clean?
Is it supposed to be clean? It's church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Whenever you see a machine that needs fixed.
Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Alright, why aren't you allowed in the store?
There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12.
No, you were 12.
Sure, but folks got long memories around here. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing, and next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of Zero-G rolling out the front door and into the road.
Picked a lock on a vending machine?
Sure. I'm not tough. Even back then, before I got real good at that sort of thing. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of Zero-G? Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Rose still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment.
Oh.
That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool. Something you need?
Mentioned that, but not your mother.
On account of how I never met her.
How's that possible?
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not,
Oh, my perception's
belonged to
not high
her
enough.
office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Uh-huh. I'd love to choose that. Is that normal?
I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Alright.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
I'll take responsibility.
See that you do. I got a business to run. Edgewater ain't gonna provision itself, you know.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
I have some
Go right
questions.
ahead.
What's your take on this place?
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
Got a blister in my ass. That's prettier than Edgewater. Telling yourself that
You
won't
are
make it true.
condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work, lucky to be alive. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
Actually, there
Go
was.
right ahead.
Anyone I should watch out for? No. Well, maybe.
Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
Anyone else?
Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kemp. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment altogether. Word
Interesting.
is, they're gonna replace her with an automechanical barkeep. She's... what's the word? Obsolete. You don't want to associate yourself with that kind of person.
So what's going around with this plague?
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
Is there a reason you have to... You feel like you have to hide what's going
You've
on?
got the wrong idea about me. I've got nothing that needs hiding.
Hmm.
Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness. But the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
What do you mean by that?
Survival of the fittest. It ain't just the law of nature. It's company policy. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
And what if you don't work hard
Then the
enough?
hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy.
Alright, let's try.
my ears.
Anything here that's super amazing? The Maxwell. The silver hammer was built with extra weight for crushing opponents. The head or other weak spots, but it isn't well balanced for smooth swings. Does not allow for any modifications. It's a heck of a lot of DPS. Light machine gun, light assault rifle. Ooh. This is much different. And it's pristine. With light. Worker's outfit, tech skills. I don't like that I can't like half scroll. Thinking cap let. I'm sure I've seen all of these already, but this holds 2 utility, 1 armor, 1 skill. It's slightly better than what I have, I think. It's pristine, which is actually quite nice. Hack +7, huh? It's medium armor. I wonder if that means it will make more noise. You know, let's buy this. Anything else here that we really need? I This is interesting. I don't use light ammo. Huh. Let's sell my junk. Because why would you not do that? I don't think I have a reason for this sword. Assault rifle. Certainly don't need 2 of those. You get a pretty neat discount here. I'm interested in this. I just don't know. It will chew through my light ammo is the issue, really. Which I have a pretty fair amount of, but it will go through it very quickly. I'd rather not. I don't feel a strong need for it. He seems to be watching me.
I hate you, vending machine. Okay, keep it quiet.
Surely he doesn't see me here, right?
Great work.
Brilliant. We have a hunting rifle here. We already have one, but as usual, I'm just gonna take everything because screw these people. I don't even know what I'm taking. And it doesn't really matter. What are you doing? Shut the door. What the hell's wrong with you? If I go into a locked room and shut the door, keep the door shut. What's so freaking hard to understand about that? Oh, that's right. I forgot I can pick from them. Alright. Well, maybe we're overstaying our welcome here. I don't know how that could be possible, but it appears we might be. Alright, there's the cantina.
Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Prepare my remains for what?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
It's true. This is actually what barbers used to do. A long time ago. Barbers and surgeons follow a similar path. Surgeons didn't used to be doctors. They used to be barbers. It's a little history lesson for you.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
What do you know about the
The
plague?
plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
What are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Stomach flu? Why don't you treat all your workers? Yeah. The phlegm. Vomiting doesn't.
Company
usually happen.
policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Whose idea is that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? thoughtful-looking fellow stares out of his office most hours?
Alright. That's enough for now. Let's continue on. I think we've been here. That's the sick house. Somebody out there I do want to talk to. Let's see.
Wish we had some better rap.
Constable, I think this is who I want to talk to.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from outside.
I like how she has somewhere to comment
Welcome
on
to
everyone.
the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing a promotion. Purchase 3
Justice.
criminal investigations, and the 4th one's free.
You have to pay for criminal investigation. I'm looking for work.
Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
So do you work for Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
Who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
So you're a bureaucrat?
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it.
Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
That's why I'm asking. It's a bounty
You're
on his head.
correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
Yeah, we'll drop it. I don't think he's necessarily a bad guy. He might be a bad guy, but he might not be a bad guy. Bounty records. Open bounties. We've got Gilliam Idrum. Gil. He was terminated from his position. Spacer's Choice Department retired. Termination and restitution was filed for a rate of execution. Some of you may remember Gil from his days at the cannery. Please be advised Spacer's Choice no longer recognizes him as a member of the valued family. Spacer's Choice advises its workers in good standing to remain in good standing by disabusing themselves from any sympathy towards him. Delivery. You must be able to sign your own name. Okay, what about Doc? Doc Maybar. Is wanted for 3 counts of larceny, 2 for each parcel stolen Trinitime, and 1 for depriving the outpost of its physician. And Barty Cotton, former vicar, acting on behalf of the Order of Scientific Inquiry, stationed at Edgewater, suffered a psychological breakdown upon showing symptoms of plague at large and dangerous. Sermons are considered defunct and absent. Spacer's Choice advises purging them from your memory with the help of a 0G brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Interesting. So there's other bounties here. I would love to steal that ammo.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't
She's
passed.
probably going to see me sitting right there. I mean, I'm stealthy, but... Maintenance division. Oh.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
What is this? Spacer's Choice. Trouble ticket. Okay. Summary loader. Fails to start up. Try these steps. Dang it, Clarence. I just got back to you. Back you on feet 2 weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. It sounds like his stator's off axis again. We'll clean out and reset. Clancy's got cut, all pulled out. Likely to have somebody trying to restart him over and over again. Need to rewind. Triple ticket. Failure of main cannery production line at heat processing. Likely as not, Bess got indigestion from being made to eat something she ain't made to. Again, heading over now. Damn mechanicals. Priority automatically reset to low by executives. Alright, whatever. I'm sure that doesn't need to concern us. This is a pretty workshop. Yeah, we're going to take it by passion too. But mostly we're going to use this. Because I want to take the new armor. That is pristine. Put some mods on it if I can. Toughened seems like a good one. Silver tongue, absolutely. And can we hold 2 here? I think this one had. This is utility, so we can have 2 here, which is really cool. So night step, which will be so nice in carrying capacity. This armor, I think, will be on us for a bit, and people will stop, you know, commenting constantly about how ugly my armor is. So let's see, for 50 bits, I can get it from 7 to 7. It's tempting. It is. I see. Sure. Not sure how that's really supposed to work. How about you? Now being it up 4. So tinkering seems to do a lot more for you if you do it on guns. 50 bits is not much. In fact, we'll do it. That's fine. Should I repair anything while I'm here? Addition 70%. I think I'm able to repair things in the field, which is obviously nice. Let's go ahead and change our armor. Oh, we look so snazzy. This is still light armor, which is really nice. Thinks that the helmet's not. I don't know how much that matters. This is her place? Jeez. That was well worth breaking into. Sorry, dear. We're taking your stuff.
My dad. It's an office. Just my office.
I got more. She doesn't seem too pleased that we did that. There we go. That should fix some things. Well, she opened it on us. Open the last search. In Dumadi. Searching. 2 records found. First entry. The Indumati left Edgewater today. Or Indumati left. She's been reassigned to Terra 1. I kissed her goodbye. I just assumed it was an organization. I kissed her goodbye at the platform and asked if I'd ever see her again. We both knew the answer was no. Looked up. Look up and think of me. As I look up and think of you two. Oh. Description. Robert, they won't let me keep her, but I know you'll raise her with love. Perhaps more than I would make time for. You're patient and present in a way that I am not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Pravati. They tell me her birthday will be set on the date she's legally delivered to you. She was actually born on July 7th. Make her feel special when I can't. She liked it when I sang to her. It was the only time she stopped crying. Return to root. Young's Spacer Choice. Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Searching. One record found. I sat up last night reading through Young Spacer's Guide. Almost started reading it out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have parts of it memorized. I reckon I'll take the next volume into work at the cannery. There's an unused office where I've been taking my lunches. Maybe read it there again. Aha! We're on to something.
If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something.
Open up a can of 27 bits? Yes, I think I will.
Oh, you like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here.
Just taking all your stuff. Still.
If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
Well, I think that's everything we need to see. So apparently...
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Unused office. Logs. Found 1. Left hand. Severed at the wrist. Some bone damage. People. This is their second unscheduled amputation in many months. Please exercise caution and safety around machinery. Maintenance fees will be deducted from your pay. That's fair. Vending machine. With guns, of course. That armor seems like it could be nice, but I am very happy with what we have. Hunter kit? Skill kit increases ranged weapon skills by 5. Wow. Geographic scanner. Interactable highlight range plus 5. Well, that's pretty cool.
Got it. Side voices.
Did it. We got away with it. We're allowed to hack this. Piecemeal mining helmet. Yeah, that's a lot of money, though. We're definitely going to take it. No problem stealing from these bastards. Loose lips, pink slips. You heard him. So, how do we get in there? You don't have a name. Pass shunt, that's fine. You are a cannery worker. It's also fine. Ooh, another vending machine. Nightingale step. Leaper injectors. Dodge distance plus 30%. Oh well. Power grip. Front time barrel. Speed grip. Things we've already had and seen. Very heavy armor. This goes outside. Really? Okay. Well, it's certainly not really wanted to be by any means. Why would I want to jump up here? The answer to that question is probably you don't, but humor me. Well, I'm being humored, I suppose. Unused office, they said. But where? Well, this seems slightly unused. Nice. Got it. Continue. From the office of Reed Thompson, symptoms of the infection have now reached critical mass. I have instructed our staff to start to transform the old docile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of life on the frontier, and spacers, we expect to face up to this reality. And the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege and a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering symptoms, the best thing you can do for yourself and your family is don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
We'll sell it, sure. Ooh, there was a corporate trooper right there. So that still doesn't really explain how we get into that other room I want to get into. They're using sprats? Should have known. Should have known. It was pretty evident. Let's go down here and see what's happening. Ooh. Oof. Definitely take the grenade launcher too. So what does my rep look like actually? Because I think I got to agreeable. Okay, interesting. Your friendly distraction vendor replaces. Prices are reduced by 5%. That certainly is something, I suppose. Oh, there doesn't seem to be much going on down here except for dead animals, which I suppose are not the worst thing. So why would you set up a cannery for the meat that's not even here? This place seems really boring. Interesting. Or, you know, not interesting whatsoever. What is interesting is how you get here, and I assume that's must be through that guy's office. It's the only place we haven't really been. Alright, yeah, because that goes through. Delicious. Cars Reed's key to unlock. Well, that's probably not something I can just pick off of him, huh? let's just do a quick save. They don't seem to actually be watching.
What do you think you're doing?
Okay, maybe they were watching. They didn't seem to actually be looking at me though. Well, it's not an RPG unless you try something risky, I guess. I should have just murdered him. She probably would have had an issue with that. Well, at least now I think we have a fair amount of good things we can go out there and do. Finish stuff up with the robot guy. So at least we're done there. Oh my, that thing seems to spit acid. Seems rather unpleasant.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Junior in humor. Fancy title for a gravedigger.
Hey, I earned that fancy title. Started off a lowly junior gravesite builder, then junior interment engineer. Oh, and I was a junior burial assistant for a time.
Actually, I want to talk to you. Well, no. You seem pretty old to be junior anything.
The rate I've been working, I'm bound to earn a promotion. Must be about 50, 60 burials away from associate in humor.
I'm looking to make a little money while I'm here.
Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, as long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
You want me to collect what's owed to you? I can do that.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why is he special?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Where can I find these people?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Alright. Let's fast travel to the landing pad then, I suppose. You know where that one is. We've met him.
War ain't over. Not so long as a single mechanical remains unscrapped.
Silas sent me.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Yeah, he sure did. And he's asking for a little extra to, furnish the resistance with a mechanical repellent.
Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project.
Bit cartridge ×6. Ooh. What's my active mission? Go to the geothermal. Let's see. Let's go to the journal. Comes the power. Strange in a strange land. We can ask you to deliver a message. Yeah, I did. Comes now the power. Okay, so they're the same thing, basically. Fistful of digits. This is the one I want. We'll go hunt some bounties. Places we've already been. Like the Marauder hideout. And here. That's fine. So there's Dark Maple this way. Which is not the way I wanted to go. Despite being closer. Yeah, we'll leave it be for now. So this town had a crap ton of landmines before, so hopefully that's not a thing anymore.
Here we go. Don't mess with us.
Well, I found a landmine for me, so I suppose there's that. It also answers my question about landmines. There's that guy that was not there before. 3 of them, huh? Simple enough. Oh, that's a lot of them.
Nice one.
Yes, what a great time to reload, huh?
That's gotta hurt.
Wonder why they all stopped coming for me. I mean, I'm super stealthy, but come on. I think we took care of her. Oh, we did not take care of her. Yep, there's a dog here. You can attack. Nope, you can attack. I think I might take her off of that. I don't know. She would have read Russian before. I just need to remember to do it. Take that, sure. Dog meat to sell. Perfect. That Marauder thug apparently has been dead.
Stand and deliver. Always wanted to say that.
Who are you and why won't you ever talk to me? weapon stabilization could be nice. Is that something we can fit on our gun? Actually, hold on. Let's talk about this. There you are. It's a sight mod, so we would have to take off the one we already have, which is the scope, and I don't think that's necessarily a great idea. Alright, well I think that is about everything I wanted from over here. See about cutting over and checking out like some of these places. We have not been there. I think we should. Primal Nest. Interesting. Who would have thought? Please show me your face.
We can handle this.
No. Not when I need to reload this very second. Well, we blinded them, which is great. Where are you gonna appear? Really great if we didn't have to reload all the freaking time. They seem to be coming our way. Shit, you stop moving. Feels awfully cheesy. I have problems with what you're doing there. Now is the time to stop crouching in that spot. Nope, it's the wrong button. Two coming that way. I think the big one's coming that way. Thank you. Don't get too excited there. Fantastic news, really. Let's head down there and see what goodies awaited for us. You don't look that dead. I'll take a break. Oh, there was more. Oh yeah. Yes, not even a scratch. 40 experience is all these guys are worth. Big ones I think are worth more, hopefully. Dim thugs. What is this? Oh, all reliable here, huh? I'm encumbered. I think it's gonna be worth it. I'm not gonna worry about it. A corporate commander with a plasma rifle. Well, now let's talk about a lot of things that have happened here. Mostly all reliable. Damage, magazine size. Takes light ammo. Has stagger. It's a heavy weapon skill, but has light ammo. That's interesting. Let's try it out. Let's see what's going on here. No mod slots? Maybe a little slow, but it will last forever. It doesn't have a condition? Huh. Doesn't have a condition. No, that's fine. Actually, we probably should break down some of these things. Then repairing this one wouldn't be such a bad idea. Still over encumbered? Not even a little. Okay. Well, that seems like a great way to go through a crap ton of ammo. Yay, unique. I imagine if we go back to like our ship, we can tactical shotgun. Whoa. I'm over encumbered again, of course. We could store things permanently, which I'd like to do with a lot of these special weapons. I can see why it counts as a heavy weapon. That's for sure. Probably have a fair amount of armor I can break down too. Yeah, the armor is considerably heavier. Tac shotgun. What kind of ammo? Tell me about yourself, tac shotgun. Just long gun ammo. Probably feels a bit less wieldy. Weapon slots. 2 barrel and 1 magazine, so I could silence you. Really? Really? That is a thought, isn't it? Let's go back to the map. There we go. Let's fast travel here real quick. I wanna talk about maybe silencing that. We have like 3 silencer mods on us. And I don't feel like that should really be a thing. It might be. I'm pretty sure they have a workbench here somewhere. Is it on the map? It is. It's apparently in here. Which is a little strange to me, but perfectly fine. I'm not here to judge them for where they put their workbenches. Did we read these personal files? I don't think we did. Hack bypass. Silent Spring is the password. Open first entry. May the eternal bliss bless my first endeavor. May the eternal bless my first endeavor. There we go. I know how to English. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at the Edgewater Cannery. For tourists, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly, the soil sour. I'll do what I can. But I need to put some powerful fertilizers. Tried having a taste of the Saltuna lingering in my tongue day in, day out. I want something fresh, something that grows from the earth. We found another worker from Edgewater, an ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. I imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in sorry state, fever, shallow breathing, delirious, must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all better in a couple weeks. Physically, spiritually, he's one of our flock. Experimental notes. Open first entry. I am hereby repurposing Botanical Labs for its original conception as a gear, the soulless automaton of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all of Spacer's choicest products, it's cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own two hands. This place has become nursery. Shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understood. Horticulturalists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I'm determined to find a way. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, and inhumane people acting on the behalf of sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flourish with green and reach to the skies under these conditions. The soil is sour. It's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scientists will say something about biology or the carbon cycle, but I conclude that after months of experimentation, the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, and compassion, natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. So, I was expecting to see some dirt on her, but I guess not. Not terribly surprised. Where is this workbench exactly? Oh, I was kind of heading in the right direction. Kind of, sort of. There it is.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
I got one of the data
No
pads.
kidding. Really?
Part 2, found in the cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data
375.
pads for me.
Hold on, I've got another one.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Use the part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
Geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
She was right.
2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart.
Let you know if I find any others.
Almost forgot your payment.
625. Wow.
Sure. I'd be...
Alright, now move. You go read those. I got real things to do. Let's go ahead and start a mod on this bad boy. Fun times barrel. Critical damage increased. So I could put 2 barrel mods on this. It's pretty intense. I could also make it plasma type. I like the sound of that. But not as much as I like making it quiet. I don't know if I really want... I guess there's a chance it just does a lot of... Its noise is 13 meters. Down from 26. It already does a crap ton of crit damage. But that means it takes energy now, right? No, it takes light? It took long before, I thought. What in God's name is going on? I don't care. It's quiet. And I have way more ammo of that stuff. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, let's go out there and see if we can find things. We still gotta find that girl, too. From this town. What's my... Oops. What's my rep look like? There we go. Deserters. It's increasing. Still neutral. I wonder if it's at 25%. We gotta be getting close. I wonder what the spread on this bad boy is. There's that decreased spread mod we could put on here, which could be really interesting.
Okay, quiet.
There's a back way in right there. I only got 40 experience for that. Ooh. Alright. Defeating a shotgun time. Let's do this. It was way more experience to discover this place than it was to kill people outside. Sneak in here, but let's not. Let's reload this bad boy. Somebody smells blood, they said. It's not a pleasant smell.
That's the last of them.
For now.
We can handle it. I've got it. Don't mess with us.
That seems like an incredibly unpleasant death. I almost feel bad. Not like really, but you know. The slow burning death was not really my choice of ways to die. But, you know, never know. Oh, that's the bounty. Okay, I was gonna say, what? There's a bounty inside? No, it's just a Turnitin. It's inside. You know what? Let's go in the secret entrance. Secret entrance, I've always said best entrance. And I'm hoping to prove that to you. Hey, Fire, we'll fire you, friend. Oh. Yeah, mine does that too. I think we talked about this before. This seems like a familiar conversation. Well, I haven't done anything. Ooh, suspicion. I haven't done anything yet in terms of siding with the town or not, but I'm not going to side with the town. I already know that. We're breaking into the community syndicate as we can. We picked up some of the quests that Hillhelm had picked up last night because I don't want to miss out on them. I found myself a tactical shotgun that I turned into a plasma silenced tactical shotgun, which I'm super into. And then I found a unique gun out in the wilds. All reliable. It is a, like, Gatling gun, it seems. Very heavy gun. I'm not screwing with it yet, though. It seems like a great way to really go through a crap ton of ammo. So, anything here that we can't not have? Speed grip, damage type shock. Ah, skill kit. Yeah, I think I'll be okay without that. I also changed my body armor to something that's a little more pleasant looking. Give myself all the same perks. So, that should be good. Bard, fair enough. however. Oh, we didn't pick up the med quest for that guy, but we picked up the meds anyway, so that's nice. Maybe we can find him in town and see what to do with it. Nice. Well, I'm happy to have you here. That's for sure. Whoa, he just flew across the room. His buddies are concerned about it. Not terribly concerned, apparently.
Gonna find you.
Are you dead? You seem to be dead.
Here they come!
Are they coming? Oh, yes.
Everyone all right?
Well, it's on. Let's do this. I am in love with those physics.
Come out.
Incoming! Don't mess with it.
Damn it, he got away. It's alright. Got the first aid key. Well, we already broke into there, so. Tiny bit of money. Some ammo for this gun, which is always great to see. It's a good sign that he died. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be sure, though. I mean, how do you know that it wasn't something else? I do all kinds of cool things. Maybe it just decided to give me some XP for that. For just being cool. You don't know. No one knows how this game works. Yeah, damn straight we did. In the box upstairs? What? Here, up here? Oh, snap. That one? And there's this guy too. Always take some energy cells. I love that pistol. Has a symbol above his head. I think because I told her to attack him. He sure is tanky as hell.
Can't get past that armor! Ah! Everyone all right?
He was worth 500. It was one of the best kills we've had. Yeah, we'll pick up that free blade. I'm gonna be encumbered soon. Oh, I already am. Luckily, I can break things down though, which is really, really nice. Is that special? No. Okay. I like that we can break down melee weapons and stuff. That one and the one in the middle of the room. Alright, I'm sure we'll head back in there. We make our way around. I imagine I will spend a couple times going around in circles. Just knowing me. Keeps looking like a door to me. Yeah, and we have been here. Fair enough, fair enough. So we came in. We haven't got knock on left yet. This guy got shot across the room. We never searched him. This guy got turned into ash. Coming soon! Feast your eyes on the great frilled mantiquin. Souvenir of her nest, imported from the wilds of Terra 1. Thrilled your imagination. Oh. I would like to. Okay, that was strange. She is not in there. I'm very, very disappointed. Candid. Yes, they are. Fishies. Mr. Ouch. Gotcha that time. Dead people. Flywheel. Oh yeah, I forgot about the plasma rifle we had.
That was quick.
And I'm overcumbered again. I don't think we need all these. Let's go ahead and break some of them down. Overhauled power helmet. It seems to have 2 mods in it. I'm very confused about that. I don't need another one of those. Another one of those. How I feel about the plasma rifle. Alright, control armor. Off shotgun. Wish my wife would stop calling and texting me when I'm trying to stream, and she knows that. Alright, let's see. Messages. Reisenberg, everyone, the keycard encoder in the lobby is back up and running. Hopefully it won't go on the fritz again. And start shooting keycards at everyone who walks by. As a reminder, in case it does break down again, you can borrow a keycard from the director. Or one of the workers on the 2nd floor. I must lodge a complaint to your obsession with the Mantiqueen is wasting all of her budget and holding up development on the exhibit. This has to stop. This letter is to update you regarding the request of your one adult Mantiqueen. As you may remember, our trackers discovered a beautiful specimen out in the wild. Per your approval, we deployed a team of highly skilled hunters to kill it for you. We regret to inform you that the entire team has perished. Please expect an invoice from the office, including cost of gravesite fees as stipulated under contract. Additionally, we must ask you to cover the cost of all equipment damaged, corroded, dissolved, eaten, or digested, partially or otherwise. Thank you for your patronage. Please allow me to offer the opportunity to purchase a second hunting expedition at 10% discount. Yes. Please unbar the door. Alright, I think that's everywhere except the backup sign up top. Sure, hack it. Hack used. Turn to root. Logs. Gained first aid room key. Pretty sure it was already in there. Whatever. Synopsis. The history of the Emerald Vale, once complete, will display the proud heritage of our settlement for generations to come. Decorating the main hall with a noble community center, this elaborate diorama of memorabilia of our settlement's founding will embody the hard-working spirit of the Spacer family. The centerpiece will be the grand exhibit of the taxidermied Mantiqueen, erected within our main lobby as a sign of civilization's victory over nature itself. Sure. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I had a couple of them, but you know, whatever. Experience is experience, man. Where are you, little shit? Spacer's tube? Yes. Why the hell not? Not getting away this time, asshole. The one in the middle of the room? This one? It's empty. So the medical thing was here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we've totally been here. Great, great news. Shall be on our way. I told my wife I would be streaming till 2 o'clock. She just asked me if I was done yet. Well, since it's like 3 hours from now. No. Oh my god. I might as well just stream a conversation with her. Oh, look at this guy. Doesn't even know I'm here. His friend's aware, though. Oh, that guy just ran past me. Fantastic. So the armor's too strong and with something else. So plasma's not the way to go for armor. Seems kind of strange to me, but okay. All stuff for sell happily. Okay, that's what I was wondering. That is a light machine gun inside. So what I think I got was this guy. Yeah, it was the special version of the light machine gun, which is really awesome. But all the more reason not to keep this one. Take the medicine. Definitely take the junk that's worth selling. Ooh, something to hack into. Free ammo.
Nicely done.
Assault rifle. We'll take it. Another assault rifle. Pep up pills. Bypass shunts. Of course. Happy to have all of those things. Well, would you look at these guys?
Here we go.
Hello.
We made it.
We did make it. We did make it. This time. But what about next time? I don't know. Nobody knows. All I know is I need to break down some more assault rifles. Everyone and their mother has an assault rifle. Even I had an assault rifle. How very salty of me. Alright, so we're trying to get those rat-fangled marauder bandits. Look at this guy. Look at this behemoth. Don't do that. You can do things, that would be great.
Let's go.
Yeah, but she took that like a champ, though. Good, throw that out there. His body disappeared. You didn't, though. Oh, look, my ship. Bandits. Yes, they are quite concerned about the people I just shot in the head.
Here we go.
Do you think you can outshoot me?
Not even a scratch.
Guess not. So, I suppose that was all of the camp. Marauder encampment discovered. Don't know where that other one went. Right behind the tree. Didn't help him. He had a hunting rifle. He did a nice view. What a nice view. Jump down without killing ourselves. Fantastic work so far. Everyone here has hunting rifles. Everyone over there had assault rifles. There's definitely themes. That's for sure. Let's go through some of this armor I don't want. I had to try to keep that inventory space down. Or weight, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I need any of that stuff. Always, always, always with the ammo, though.
Wish I could do that.
I thought you could do that. I thought you could hack. You told me you could. Filthy liar. Alright, let's go up there to the, I'm assuming the Marauder hideout is where that last bounty is. We still haven't found that girl, though. Mildly concerning to me. That, the graveyard fees, and who to sell that?
Here we go.
Medicine 2. God damn it. Why did you not reload when I told you to? Why are you not doing stuff? Maybe I should give her the stun baton. She seems to like the stun baton. Or to melee. Oh. I was gonna say, why am I so slow? I keep picking up all this junk. I need to find a vending machine. There should be one in the factory here. Yeah. Maybe we'll make a quick pit stop there after we examine all these people. They seem to be missing some bits. Let's see if any new robots spawned in here. I'll be a little disappointed if they did. No need to be disappointed. Let's sell all of our junk. That will do a lot for us. In fact, that's probably all I really needed to do for my weight. And it dropped me a fair amount. Okay, what's up here? I really thought we could find what's her face in here before. Need to get up there? Can I do that here? That appears to be a very solid no. Maybe right here. It doesn't seem so hard to jump, or so high to jump, I should say, I guess. When you're like far away. I could have just walked around by now. I'm willing to bet. I deserve that. Why is it so difficult for me to get around? Like, really, I have to go all the way back up there to get up there? That doesn't seem right. Okay. Figures. I've alerted some people apparently. That's not the gun I wanted. Right. Well, we got Doc. I think we put down Doc pretty quickly. It was nice of her to come out to us, though. This gun's still pretty freaking amazing, too. Still can't believe we haven't found that one girl. Raider chick. Alright, so I think that's pretty much everything we wanted to do outside here, at least for now. Let's go back. We've turned in a couple jobs. Yeah. Zoe, that's the one.
What can I do for you?
Sound like you had some training. I know a thing or two about medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Only if you use the term loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon. And if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
Great. Send me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation includes the necessary restitution.
You ever seen her without her bangs? She looks completely different. You mean you're broke.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
That's some quality drama there, Conrad.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
You got medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment.
There's a meme out there.
Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Give him my IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas.
Let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Of course, we know what to do. So we're supporting Hillhome last night. And so. I also know how to close the door. So we can get away with things like that. Yes, I will steal everything from this man who is supposedly struggling. Receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay for his body price. This is going to ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down from family or something. You process his body, right? Just dig around, pry them out. We'll sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet. Use the bits to pay off his body price, and no one's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Oh, Phyllis. You're so smart.
What can I do for you?
I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth?
You know about Eugene? How?
I found the note from Phyllis.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure you won't miss him.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
Sure about this?
I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an...
Great. Thanks. Let's talk to this chica in here.
You're not a
If she's
big
around.
drinker, are you? Something you need? In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker?
He's not worried.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I don't make a habit of bidding.
It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and listen to their hearts breaking.
It sounds like folks live
Maybe
hard
so.
lives.
But we don't think on it that way.
You, lady, are you
Leg
obsolete?
got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with... Go
Just a
ahead.
little chatty. What if I told you I just got shot in space by a crazy
Ugh,
scientist?
is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
Honestly, I don't know where I'm from.
Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there.
Not really.
I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
It almost sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. When I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know, people will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I think you'd want to get out of here with that plague.
Keep it down, will you? We don't talk about the PLAYGE. Not here. And if you're smart, you won't mention it anywhere. I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar. I don't see how that's any of your business.
I'm not trying to judge you, I'm just curious.
All my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
What happened?
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming. I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked
Oh
too
my
many
god, it was
questions.
hilarious.
Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing zero-G?
I would like to do like a melee dumb character sometime like that. That was just too funny. Science 10. Asking questions is a foundation of science. The best scientists ask too many.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that I am grateful.
Sounds like they took
They
care of
did.
you.
They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
Been scrubbing dishes all your life?
What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
I wonder if I
Not
had
so
more.
fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story?
Still trying to figure that out.
What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo.
Yeah. I work for Auntie
Don't see
Cleo.
what a Cleo worker's doing in Spacer country. Trying to eyeball the competition, are we? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
So there's the general store. Still haven't found that guy that wanted the supplies. But the town's not very big, so I mean, we should be able to find him pretty easily. Might have been here.
Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you?
No.
Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old.
What's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
So you're Martin Abernathy?
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking.
Silas sent me. You owe him money.
So Silas can afford a hired thug, but I still gotta pay him a burial tax. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
You told me everything.
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
No, sorry to hear that.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
I'll do it. I'm not really gonna do it.
Oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Lord, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
My spleen? Alright, I'll be leaving you. Anything in here I should steal from you, old man? I'm on a spaceship. I can pass on that. Yep. Lots of soap. Just good.
Hey, I need to talk to you.
Talk.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, let me worry about it.
Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it. You need someone to smuggle your medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Well, you're in luck.
Thanks. I'll see to it that this
Ooh, that was a lot of
gets to the
experience.
people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types.
Charm? Never? That's harsh.
You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me.
What is that fee? Fair amount of money. Curious, who are you going to give the medicine to?
Somebody deserving. Silas, on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia, seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Fair enough. Whoa, we leveled. Nice. The question is, what are we going to put skills into? The medical science and engineering, I think, has been a decent choice for us. Our dialogue and stuff is getting up there. down weapons and armor for 20% chance to extract a basic mod. That's pretty cool. Chance items you repair will become pristine, increasing value and durability. That's really nice. Break down weapons and armor for a 10% chance to extract a rare mod. That's really awesome. Tinkering cost for science weapons is capped. Handgun critical damage. Long weapon critical damage. And there's always stealth, which is good. We're not that far behind it. I think we're going to keep going tech. I'm fine dumping all of those in there. Anything is up to 40 would be pretty nice. Engineering especially seems pretty nice. Alright, fair enough. Let's turn in some more quests.
Something to report?
I'm here to turn in bounty.
Pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame.
Real shame.
I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Birdie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma.
Might have been
Bert was a
plasma.
local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
Junior Deputy Constable's badge.
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
How did so many people end up Marauders?
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
Doesn't really answer my question.
Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater.
No.
Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
Marauders seemed to like Adrenatime.
Everybody likes Adrenatime. It is the finest medical drug ever developed by Spacer's Choice. Much better than that crap anti-Cleo pedals. Sure, a little too much Adrenatime can bring out the violent animal in you, but if overdosing on Adrenatime turns you into a lunatic, you have only yourself to blame. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of Adrenatime.
It's nice to know.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Alright, so what other quests do we have to do here? Frightened Engineer. No. Grave Matter. A few kindred spirits. Find Zoe. Now that you know her location, head to the camp and see if she's okay. I know her location. Let's focus on this one first because there's people in town. So we talked to the guy outside. We talked to, what's his face, crazy guy. Cannery lady, and I think that might be it. Yeah, talk to the haircut guy. So we'll have to do the gold teeth.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Gravesite fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
It's kind of you, I
forgive
guess.
about the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
So the guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
That's an awful thing to say.
Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Vandalism, huh? Did you have to clean the bits of him off the wall or something?
First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly, yes, we did. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Would have? You didn't?
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Speaking of which, goodbye. Ah! My leg. A kicking leg. Well, I think that's about everything. Let's go talk to him. It's west. There we go. Never the skipping leg. Faux windows. Adds beauty. And verisimilitude. Damn it, I knew this wasn't the right entrance.
Okay, here we go. Don't mess.
Well, those enemies were worth way more experience than a lot of the people I shoot. It's quite interesting. At least you have like unlimited sprint. Not gonna lie, that pleases me.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
Sorry.
Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
About those fees you wanted.
Run into any trouble?
I'm all done. Paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping it was something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Let me ask you about something else. Town's in bad shape. There's a lot of people to marauders. Heard any news about Hope?
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether, never to be found again. Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking?
I understand. Are you saying everyone forgot about us?
Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over
Get yourself some ZRG.
Get yourself some...
Yeah. Alright, so we are getting through these pretty quickly. Frightened Engineered. Oh, that should be in town, too. Oh, no, it's at the community center? Alright, fair enough. How did we miss it? Oh. Oops, wrong button. These guys still appear to be dead. Well, he'll be thrilled about this last one. And luckily, it tells me exactly where it is. Yay! Welcome. $20 months? I'm counting. Jeez, so not long. So we can do, see if we can find Zoe. Supposedly we know where she is. She's here? I've been there like 4 times. Okay. Kept telling you that you didn't check everything. I thought you meant a box. No, I checked the box that was next to it. I'm rather positive of that. Rather positive. I like how there's just ambient spaceships flying around. Whoops. Show your head, show your head. These guys are back, man. We've got dogs. Pop.
Here we go. That's smart. Got 'em all.
Three things. His legs fell off when I shot him. Oh, that's her. We did talk to her like 3 times. She's been sitting there a bunch. I don't know why she doesn't want to talk to us.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
You're Zoe. People are looking for you.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
How'd you pull it
I may
off?
have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
Why did you leave camp?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
Are you prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
There was something
I've
else.
got all the time in Halcyon.
I've been sitting here to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
You should go back to camp. People are worried.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me.
What about Steven, the two of you friends?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Alright. Thanks. So it's 2 things we have to wrap up back up there. Turn in that last journal. Turn in this job.
What is it?
Talk to her to
We
come
didn't always
back.
get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened anyway?
She joined up with a band of marauders.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what you did to talk.
It's very, very possible. So how is our rep looking? Revering with Spacer's Choice. Holy crap, are we? Vendor prices reduced by 25%. And we're friendly with them. Now, obviously, they're probably not going to like us once I turn off the power to their, town.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Today's your lucky day.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer.
Yeah, cross the items off the list.
Survived all these years. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Ooh, electrocharged surface. I don't think I have any mod slots for it, would be my guess. It goes into Armor Mod Gadget. This mod stuns and damages melee attackers. Has a cooldown effect. Oh no, I do have a gadget slot. Threw it on in there. There's that kinetic shield one, which I think would probably be better, but that's okay. We'll do this one, that's fine. Yeah, the mods for this are super awesome. Alright, so look at the journal and see what else is left. Just the main quests. I mean, it's the same quest, but let's go back there then. And then we should be done with this area. Should be able to get on our spaceship and do spaceship things. Everyone enjoys spaceship things. I was expecting at least one. Yeah, well, I might still be missing something because I feel like they're both like 90, but I feel like they should be able to get to 100. Now, of course, this one's a little negative because I might have murdered that guy. You know, maybe. Let's see if we can sell anything. Sell our junk. Trying to lighten our load a little. Blade on stick. Oh, this is a unique weapon. That does less DPS. Because it's damaged, I suppose. I don't see why I would really want it, to be perfectly honest. That all seems fine. That should, yeah. We never used these things that were in here though, which was very much interesting to see what they do. See if I can find them again real quick. Yeah, I want to hit them because I didn't know what they would do. Because it was unique what? I'm sorry. Here's E1. Maybe this is something that comes up after you try to divert the power. That's not on all the way or something. That was a giant circle. I'd say one of them was in here, and then one of them was like in that last room. Yeah. I don't know, though. It's a melee weapon. It didn't seem like even a really good one. Even though it wasn't repaired. It still didn't seem that great. Crap, this isn't where it was. Oops. Went the wrong way. There's that panel, there's that robot. This was a fun area. Here it is, E2. Yes, let the magma flow. And the last one was somewhere, not here, obviously. Here it is. Right. No, this is the way I want to go. Up and over, to the right, through.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
There is no going back, I agree.
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Considers our community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Reed tells me Edgewater's gonna die without workers in power.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
Let's get going. Teleport back down there, that's fine. We could. I don't know. I think next time I play through, I would do a different one. I might side with the town, but we're not going to side with the town. Plant status. 22% efficiency. Power is currently going to 2 places. Structural damage detected. Please notify your supervisor. Redirect that power. Master control terminal. Processing. Warning. Safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is irreversible procedure. Continue. Emitteville geothermal plant. Power is currently being distributed here. Redirecting is irreversible. Please select destination. Redirect to Botanical Laboratory. Sounds like we did something good. Permanent power failure detected in Edgewater. Blatant disregard for Spacer's Choice property has been locked. Please report yourself. And Drew power regulator.
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
Spacer's Choice reputation decreased. How much? We just got some negative. They're still friendly to us, which is kind of funny. They might not be the case when we walk in there, though. We might need to murder a couple people. Oops, wrong way. Ooh, Borstwurst. It's not the worst unless it's the Borstwurst. What did the journals update to? Please. Turn to read. Do the power, go get the regulator. So they both want the same thing. Let's see how this goes. Titus Androidicus. Damn you for loading so fast, game. Sounds still seems alright.
Just gotta keep our heads up.
Well, no one's shooting at me yet. Whoa.
What are we supposed to do now? Exercise patience and contemplate.
That power's still on.
Oh, it's you. Reed told me I should be expecting you.
It must be where that coil is. Let's go get it. Let's grab the coil before we do anything else, just in case things get hairy.
You want to know what gets my bile churning?
Oh.
Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disaster.
He was waiting for us.
Marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
Teach you a lesson.
Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me.
You're all slaves to Spacer's Choice. I'm liberating you.
Liberating? Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had. I put down roots here, gave decades of my life to this place. I never asked to be liberated.
It's usually how it goes.
Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Call a few guards. I don't want them bleeding all over my power regulator.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for, and then leave us be.
Hey, we leveled.
Stand down, all of you. We're done.
I wonder if those guys can see us. I do still want to pickpocket them. That was an experience for picking something up. So we got more skills, stuff, and things. I mean, I'm okay throwing some more in there. Yes. Oh, you got me. Alright. Don't have Lone Wolf, Tactical Tide Ammunition, beat our max. Recharge rate, extra 50%. That could be kind of nice. Extra 50 kilograms would also be kind of nice. I think those are the two I'd pick. Let's see if we can go up to his office. Probably not if power's off. Yeah, it's sealed.
Are we getting paid or not?
We're getting paid. And this is still barred. We can never get in there. Man. Maybe we were allowed to get in there and stuff if we would have chose the town. I'm so happy with my decision. Return to your ship. Well, let's go see how the Botanical Lab is doing. I imagine it's just doing amazingly. Look at all the extra power.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
Really have it for him.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in a cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Yeah, we'll bring him back.
Blunt as a hammer. But you're right. Nothing can undo the past. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
You don't sound too pleased.
I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
Your camp and Reed's cannery, your way of life is better.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You have an edge-of-consciousness program by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
That actually makes me feel worse about myself. But not that bad. Dissident hunter. That could be us. Well, Ada will be thrilled.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
You've never been on a ship before?
I've worked on the occasional supply coach in need of repairs. Once I built a little model craft out of spare parts, but Mr. Thompson found out and I had to take it apart. I want to ask you something, and you can say no, but can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too.
Of course you can come.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now.
You already called me Captain once.
I got a captain.
Yeah, I know. I felt like originally one side was good. And no, I don't feel that way so much anymore. I'm just going to turn people away. I feel like that's not the promise you originally offered.
Certainly I'm looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Sounds good. Though I think I'll be bringing him with me, to be perfectly honest. He seems pretty awesome.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Why?
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power
Do you
regulator.
know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering
Plug it
will
in.
prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you.
Good question is that? It's easy to take it out. I imagine it's easy to put it back in. See? Stranger in strange lands.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed power
systems
regulator.
are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Low altitude orbit is my favorite orbit. Let's get the hell out of here. I'm sorry. I bet you there would have been an option. I could only imagine what his character would have said. Are we on a moon? Against our odds, the Unreliable takes flight.
Communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Oh, fantastic.
Aha, there you are. Hail and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need an nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Right, the black marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
All right.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Thanks. I'll put it to good use. Explain to me what it is, though.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned it has
Only
limitations.
stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Couldn't I just steal a uniform?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
How the hell does it sweeten your breath?
Science, that's how.
Alright, I'll put it to good use.
I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Let's go to the cabin.
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination.
Restricted areas are off limits on personal. Yeah. Messages. Unread messages. From you, Bedford. I forgot to mention something in the previous message. Silly me. I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Adventures of Space Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't go showing it around your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely unintentional. Wink, wink. Aw, he's dead though. Note to self, remember this later. No, better. Ada, remind me to weekly check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean it continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask that? Back to my point, I saw in actuality, with my own eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair to look the other way, or forget about it maybe, or if I ask a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink wave, but wouldn't let me test it out with the claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decencies. I heard a rumor of fantastic weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge. I just figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink blade firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors. Last time I got sloshed, I mean, it's embedding at the last hope. Groundbreakers. Look, Autumn was really free with the drinks. He seems to like an okay fellow. I shamefully but subliminally eavesdropped two Merediths yammering about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed they had a huge discovery that would change the fate of this colony. Like none of us have ever heard before. But here's the good part. Meredith said the mad scientist kept yelling about Hammer's Power or something similar. A strange weapon with special powers created by a guy in a lab coat? Sure fits the bill. Could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Captain's note. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give me the Shrinkway? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth of Tarnus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting at him 5 times, but Architect be damned, he's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said he wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he wouldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean? I ask. That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of myself, me, and mine. Why not? What's not to respect about that? Exactly. Now I have to wait here until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meantime, I've been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to other science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check the black market ground. Okay. So I have collectibles in here. This must be my bin for holding stuff that I like. I don't really have a need for that yet. I have a lot of things in here that I don't think I particularly need. They're all light, but I'm sure they add up quickly. Probably store all of these, to be perfectly honest. You don't want anything good. I have a lot of weight on me. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break, and we will get right back to this game in just a minute. We're back. A little bit better moving around. Yeah, and that seems like a fun mode to try, I'm not gonna lie. I would, I think next time around, definitely do the hardcore mode. I like that in game. I like that kind of survivor aspect. Only being able to sleep on your ship seems a little funny to me, but... So we have 2 of these rooms unlocked. Who are you? Sam? There's no response from the automechanical unit. Serial number Sam. Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to ask about that. Which symbol flag donates the Order of Scientific Inquiry. Index of Banned Literature. It smells suspiciously like aged whiskey. Tossball trading cards. Heavy ammo. Sure. We don't need it, but we'll take it, I guess.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
Tell me again about the book we picked up in French.
Okonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
That sounds like a good lead. Where we find?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Captain.
We already know his life story. I want to sleep. I was trying to look at the book. That's alright. When we take off and land or whatever, I want him to come with us. No, I like her. She seems alright. Definitely, we'll take that. No. Where is she, though? Oh, she's probably working down below. I would imagine, yeah. She's still wearing her armor. It's fine, I guess. Is there a machine over here we can use? Ah, the respect machine. I think we're okay with that. Ugh. We'll be alright. Impact hammer. Sure. Probably repair it as well. So we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, let's get that back up for sure. Alright, fair enough.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's
The
closet?
unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I already checked it, but I didn't see anything about that. That's fine.
Here.
7 grand for asking her about that. 7,000 experience. Alright, so there's Phineas's lab. There's Groundbreaker, which is where we want to go. Tier 2, which is where we were. Celia. The largest asteroids orbiting Halcyon. Largest group of rocks known as the Cluster. It's abandoned. There's Monarch. So a fair amount of places I assume we're going to be able to get to. Welcome to the system map. It's a little late to tell me about it now, but yeah, thank you. Here you can see all the planets, special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any locations you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special keys and codes. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or
Right
work.
after the Groundbreaker.
Okay. Let's see about that terminal real quick.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, good to go over.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Did you learn training from your father?
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you actually are good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
You move straight back?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big old hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him afterwards?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
I think it's time to get moving.
What? You want me to leave? Captain, you can't mean it.
Oh, not them. No. Let's look at that. I still need you.
Oh, that's a relief. Thanks, Captain, for letting me stick around. I mean...
What was that even an option? I wonder if I can only have so many companions. There's more than I can hold. I just meant it was time to go. Search term, Sam. First, Sam result. Do not forget you have found a discarded sanitation and maintenance automatical and Emerald Vale's scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running with a few key modifications. I can envision a combat-capable variant, some might say, killing machine. Clean mean killing machine. Should be fun. Removal of factory standard parts, suds, steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement part, acid steeper, has been delayed. Progress set back is estimated to now take a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to, but, well, I do. I'm giving up hope on delivery. The part is lost in transit. It's not turning up anytime soon. But good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of the acid steeper I can filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick up following pit stop back. This next pit stop back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. Roseway. Wonder where that is.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
I have. Alright. Let's go to the docking base. Oh, up to 2 companions. Very nice. Did I? Good. I want this unit. I'm sure it comes as a companion, which would be fantastic. Alright, well, I didn't realize he could have come with us this whole time. Jeez. He has a sawed-off shotgun. Let's give him a plasma rifle. Because why not? But more importantly, he needs armor. And perks. He increases my hack. Threat generated. Base health. We'll do the base health for now. Just because. Do the health. Wow, 7,000. Oh yeah, I'm almost leveled up again. I don't think I want him going melee. Maybe we'll give him the shot cannon. You can decide between the two. Oh no, he has to have a ranged and a melee. Fair enough, friend. Also, I forgot to give you armor. Dialogue skills +5. Those are some nice robes. So I kind of hate to do this. Because those are some nice
Smells
robes.
like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
Ah, fantastic.
That's not the point. This halfway just knocked out one of my...
Yeah, with a toss ball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses.
These are people with names.
Jackass had it coming. Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get you with me again, you little backbait brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah, right.
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Alright, process me.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Notice you were in the middle of an argument.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
I'd like to hear your side.
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
That's when you resolved your differences like an adult? Oh boy.
Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
I think that's me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
You hurry somewhere?
Oh, not at all. Just, you know, gonna figure out what to do next. See you around, boss.
Interesting. Sound like for a second he would join me. Dead or alive, Captain Gunnar McRed. Various crimes violations of the board policy, including any and all the following: sedation, forgery and conspiracy, conspiracy to commit conspiracy, unlicensed medical practice, destruction of board property.
What that fella did to get the board so riled at.
I wouldn't worry about it. Ah, vending machines.
Right this way.
Hold on, vending machines. Ooh. We have a bunch of muzzlers. Or, silencers, I should say. Any new guns? I think we've seen all these before. Even the heavy machine gun. Yes, it's big. Yes, it's heavy. Yes, it eats ammo faster than Sprat eating spilled tobacco. Wait, what was the question? I think I could put a silencer on it if I wanted, which is strange to me. Yeah, nothing really new here. Same here.
Identification, please.
Here you go.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Fantastic.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
I take it back. I'm not Hawthorne, and that's not my ship.
Oh, thank the law. I could use a diversion. Tell me more then. Really sell it to me.
I read the ship in poker game. Hawthorne gave me his ID so I could fly it.
Please. You can do better than that. Where's the drama?
I'm just borrowing
I
it.
was hoping for something a little more thrilling. You sure you didn't duel him to the death ward? Steal it from his berth while he slept nearby?
Honest, sir, us flying it's kind of an accident. We didn't come by it dishonest-like.
That's no fun.
How do I get
want
this
to
resolved?
take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker.
Oh no.
His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a
Udom is the one that
Can't miss
knew Hawthorne. Sent him that message with a bunch of winky faces. Any idea why?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Most likely Udom. Great. I'll talk to him and get it
Take the
straightened out.
starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
You betcha.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
can you tell me about Udon?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
So there's tension between Groundbreaker and the board?
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top and manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Why not just work together?
Sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that.
Yeah, glad it terrifies
It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
Why wouldn't they do that?
Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
They run most of the system?
Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Sure
Thanks.
thing. Be seeing you.
Alright, let's head through, I suppose. Quest objectives require you to enter a restricted area. If caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Using disguise will prevent immediate hostilities.
Security. I can check the departures register to find out which crew changed. I mean, the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
Advertisement for the following story.
I thought I needed to go through there. Apparently I don't need to be over here at all. Wow, we gotta take those things, that's for sure. What's the thought, I suppose? Whoa.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
I like you, Adron. We could be friends.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me here.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap.
Pay 10,000 bits.
In the bits. I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No qualms
Do
here.
you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal
That
she
hologram
scraped
thing?
from the
No.
Groundbreaker's comm array.
hologram thing.
Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Say no more. I'm in.
You've got an ear for
We want to go there
intrigue
anyways.
and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
True that. Been an outpost, corporate secrets. Got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
Sounds like I left. But let's look at what we got here. Stuff she won't sell me because we don't have enough rep with her. Plasma rifles, grenade launchers, impact hammers, a corrosion type, salvager's helper. Seems to be an automatic pistol. Purchase old data pads in hope of finding clues to forgotten chests of goods that they can sell. Really? Market miners often purchase the public records of failed mining outposts, hoping to uncover the details of the remains of ores. Huh. Is that something we could be doing? This thing looks awesome. Oh, I actually did have the money to buy that. God, I'm rich. Corrosive pistol, huh? I think we're okay for now. More importantly, we leveled. I don't know if I want to get these any higher per se. That would be important if we used melee, but like we don't, so I don't know. I guess it's time to put some points in our ranged, try to do some more damage. You have unlocked location hit effects for time. Hitting enemies at different locations during TTD maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see the effects. Hits the chest produced different effects when using different weapons. So yeah, we can stagger people that way. We've blinded some people that way. Board approved bullets and things. Fun times barrel. Geographic scanner. Exacto sight. Post armor damage dealt plus 15%. The auto mag pistol. Interesting. Heavy machine gun. Revolver. Light machine gun. Security blade. We'll put a sight on it, really. But I can't silence it. So I'm not that interested. What is this now? Defensive skills plus 5. Hack plus 7. It's medium armor. One-handed melee. Oh my. Dodge plus 7. Let's use a medium armor. Sneak plus 3 helmet. That's not stealth. This is minus stealth. 5 stealth. Scanner, Mr. Ouch. New helmet. It is better than the one I'm wearing. You know what? Sure. I don't think there is much difference for helmet. The helmet I'm wearing looks awesome. No one's going to deny that. Lock plus 5, though, I don't think it means a lot to me. You know, we could give that to the girl, actually. She does lockpick. I mean, so do I, but... guess she ever didn't. Also, it matches her suit. We'll give her a shock cannon. She could be full shock. Why the heck not? Spacer's choice, waste disposal, Bedler's shells, the last hope. That's a bar. Stevedore.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would. It's always fucking freezing.
Yeah, well, Bella Shells is down there. Oh, it's right here.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Tell me about weapon
Why,
mods.
it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and
Right.
silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise?
It's just for charisma.
Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
What if I change my mind? Can I take a mod off?
No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys.
Sometimes I can get them out, I think. Does it void the warranty?
A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRA and TIES tops the list. So, what can I get you?
I don't know. What do you have? You have a pristine auto mag, which is interesting. Shotguns, tactical shotguns, which I have. A flamethrower, which is interesting. Heavy machine gun. I want to see some new weapons. Powder mag, and gyro sight, which would be kind of cool. Mr. Ouch. Speed grip. Exacto sight. Speedy mate barrel. Increase the rate of fire. Sure and straight barrel. Ooh. Ranged weapon spread. Ranged weapon sway. Down to 88%. Wow, that's quite nice. Also quite expensive, but quite nice. Okay. Well, it's good to know.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs
Oh, I didn't see that person.
property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our state?
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
You'd think the board and its agents would be more content, sitting at the top of the system's food chain as they are.
To defend your corporate township from the dangers
Okay.
of alien wildlife and the unemployed.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
I'm here to turn in Phineas Wells. He's dead.
No, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yeah.
Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
It's eaten by feral canids.
No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings.
So, about my ship.
Fine. You're free to go. I've removed the impound order on your ship. But before you go, I did have one request.
28,000 experience.
Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why?
You haven't read the posters. He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Why do you think I would know anything?
Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table.
Never mentioned anything.
Well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
What's this about the board having your
It's
your
personal
head?
business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Anything I could do?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. Well, it's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine, really. It's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out.
Alright, bye. Thanks for removing that inbound. More anticlimactic than I thought. But I guess I have a solid choice on turning him in.
RT greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's
RT
Kitchen,
greeting.
a home-style consumable protein dispensary. This unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. Beginning
Yes.
dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
I try my best. Pipe patch. Nicotine hide, range. Oh, well. That's great, though. I think I'm okay for right now. Alright, we want to go to engineering, breathe in these chemicals.
XF411s? And an all Yakita 37? You think they'd let me take it to power plant?
Finals are scheduled to air soon.
Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate. Junlei better hurry up with those damn repairs already. Good law, the heat
Alright, you told me. Who is it you wanted to talk to in here?
hardly even concentrate.
This lady.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
I'm certain.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Do whatever I can.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Now that's unpounded. I'm gonna take my ship to the Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Pravana?
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Not true.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Don't be shy to ask for time off.
In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Nice shot.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
It's warm in here. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
No room for compromise?
Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
Sounds like you need a contractor.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
The back bays? Got it. I'll take care of it.
Hold on. There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Miscreants. Alright.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Miscreants. In a place like this. Stress signal. Not yet. There. We'll take this one. It's not marked on my map. No, that's okay. No, now it is. Well, we're not going to go there. I wanted to check out some of these stores, and then we're probably going to end the stream as I need to try to get some sleep.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor. Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull. Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations.
Go on.
I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom.
Fair enough. More mods, mostly armor. This is the one that I was kind of hoping to put in my suit. The shield. Pretty cool helmet. 5 lock picking. Block plus 5. One-handed melee. Intimidate. Tech skills. Melee skills. Tech skills. Melee skills. Range skills. Defense. Rat control helmet. Long guns plus 5. Well, that would be kind of nice. Dodge plus 7. Block plus 3. More heavy. Hack plus 7. Termination 5. Termination seems like a scale plasma cutter. Ooh. Alright, let's see if we can sell junk. Just keep on going. Spratwurst.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
Grinder's dozen. What's a spratwurst exactly?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
What does terra-fry mean?
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Ooh, is spratwurst like a borswurst?
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
Spratwurst your own invention?
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&D'ing our own special meat.
Special meat. My
Just
favorite
as well. Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
meat. Base health plus 25%. Last 2 minutes. That's not bad. Sugary drink. Body attributes plus 1. Last 30 seconds. Water. Without the hydrogen or oxygen. What? This confuses and enrages me.
Sublight salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
I don't know. I would like to find out. But there's not much here. Guess that just calls the elevator. You have a name?
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers.
Oh, I'm a legitimate
You're the
consumer.
one flying the Unreliable?
Yep.
Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door.
So you're an employee?
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
I should go. The conversation is making me uncomfortable.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down.
It's a
Lilia
pleasure.
Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come.
Yeah.
Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere.
Don't let Ada hear you calling the ship names.
Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
There is always a catch.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested?
What's so special about Stellar Bay?
First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, all the goodies that no one had time to pack.
I don't have a nav key, but can I still take the job?
I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys that the rest can go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits.
I take it Sublight isn't strictly a salvage operation.
These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down.
What other sectors?
Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
A company of bureaucratic pirates.
Your words, not mine.
You're very honest about the criminal side.
Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate.
How organized is this
Very.
business?
I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets, grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one. Ask. I have
All right.
be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Okay. Imagine you wouldn't be too pleased if I did that. I just jump to my death right here. Of course, you always choose to do that if you wanted, right? That's the beauty in freedom. Oh, they teleported in. I was hoping to catch him. Never gonna catch him. What else is here? AI Jerome.
Are you listening to me, Emfuru? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
You're kind of making a scene.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Emfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
What's
let
this
me
about
get
your
one
friend?
thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Maybe I can look into it.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Hello there, friend.
Something I can help you with?
I'd like to see Jessie Doyle.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
The records say you haven't spoken to her yourself.
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
Right,
Not
seem
without
well stocked.
dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
What do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane
Hey, Jess, how are you,
items as
friend?
bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable.
Ah, thank you. You guys
take care.
Picked a bad time because I'm about to end the stream. I have to go to bed. But I welcome you nonetheless. A sick bay nurse. I wish I could wear a mask like that at work. Wanda, I think, is the one that we wanted to talk to for
Can't
that guy.
say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Welcome, Dale. Welcome, friends. Thanks for coming by. Wheeler told me to tell you to get off his ass about the shipment. Wheeler said your shipment won't be coming in soon. Let's put
He
it that
must
way.
be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service
bad timing.
mechanicals at this rate.
Promise I'm not ending because you shut up. Could try to find him. Who's Irion?
Our delivery man.
Oh, okay.
A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
What do you need mechanicals for?
Surgery mostly.
Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
Why is that?
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone.
There was a nurse right behind me.
Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
God, I hope so. It's been way too long since we've shot somebody. Ooh, that's a lot of blood. Patient's medical chart. Patient experiences unusual side effects of post-hibernation after his last voyage. Complains of long days and increased boredom, as if time itself was slow. I've never seen complications this severe, and I'm prescribing high doses of stims. While I'm optimistic, I wouldn't see that helping. Optimistic that I can address the symptoms the cause still troubles me. I'm going to try to reach out and convey the crew some corporate docs I know on Terra 2 for answers. I've learned that the Interstellar crew call the condition skip flu, and everyone I ask says they know someone who knows someone who had it. In extreme cases, say the person's body and mind break down entirely. Board medics, the few who bothered to reply, it says that the patient was making it up to skirt their duties. I don't believe my patients are lingering, but I do. But how do I prove that when the board won't even review my advice? Commence murder. Oh, God, if only. Market ID. Our Reddit ID. Yes, we need that. We can use this to make disguises. Holographic disguise activated. Holographic shroud has activated, giving you temporary access to restricted areas. Moving drains the shroud's energies when it runs out. Personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
I don't know what's going on. I don't even think we should be here, truth be told.
To the last ratchet on button time.
Yeah.
Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
At least let me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
Intimidate. Open the door before I knock it down.
Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Ellie asked me to help you, that's what I plan to do.
Leon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
Alright.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal.
Jeez, of course, Vicky.
Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
10,000 experience? Jesus Christ. So can I get out of here? With my disguise intact? Yes, the answer is very much yes. So fully charged again?
Slow day, huh?
Mm-hmm, yep. Super slow. Derp, derp, derp.
You're an artist, Captain.
Ooh, can we go out that way? Too bad. I don't think there's anything here I actually want. Except for this stuff. Yeah, we'll take some stuff.
This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fated and unstoppable.
I don't know, Mr. Vicker. That seems like quite a...
What's this now? Squatters Journal. I served on 2 corporate fritters before I got stranded here. Everyone's heard my sob story, but no one's listening. To them, I'm just background radiation. Wasn't my fault the captain decided to take off early. Wasn't my fault that no one checked the crewman fast. Wasn't my fault they replaced me with a full-timer. Now I'm filthy, bitless, bedless. As far as anyone's concerned, I'm groundbreaker trash. That's how I live, and if no one agrees to take me as crew, I suppose that's how I'll die. I'm gonna take your stuff. Bitless my butt, you had 50 bits right there. And you could afford alcohol. It's always a sob story. Just take care of that little problem for them. More stuff back here. The corporate service award. I don't know how you got in there, but that's okay. Alright, I really need to get to sleep, so I want to thank everyone for coming by. I'm gonna save it here in the stream, and we'll pick it up soon. Not checking the corpse you walked over. There was a corpse back there. Were you talking about the machine one? Ah, snap. Good call, friend. Oh, and these are free too. Well, we'll take them. Alright. Well, thanks again. We'll pick this up next week for sure. Maybe Monday or something around those lines. But expect to see a lot of this. And we'll get some more Battle Brothers recording too for anybody waiting for that. But once again, thank you guys. Hope you have a good day. Take care.